discovered a geometry in order to find or to measure the land area or whatever it may be, all the construction purpose or truncated pyramids, whatever area, volume, surface of each and every shape, whatever shape we will be getting, all those will be measured by using Euclid's geometry. Now let us see what is geometry. The word geometry is derived from geo and metry. Geo means earth and metry means to measure. Metry is to measure, means earth's measure. For example, during our previous years or 100 years decade or last 100 years back, we will see many civilizations had been undergone, that are Indus Valley civilization, India's, China's, Babylonia's, Egypt, each and every country went undergoes French civilization, etc. Under civilizations will be going on. But while coming to this, geometry is used for measuring the land in order to divide the nations or in order to separate the lands between landlords or the property takers. For the sake of this, the geometry has been erased. This is the very important reason why the geometry had been raised or taken place into point. That is, while we consider a truncated pyramid, that is, see, for example, a pyramid having upper and bottom surface of square shape and the remaining faces will be of a different polygon shapes. That is, polygon means having four sides is known as polygon. It may be having equal sides or different lengths. It is known as polygon. Now, we can measure the volume or surface of this pyramid by using the three parameters, that is height, breadth and length. By using these three parameters, we can find out the volume of a pyramid. In the same way, we can find out the volume of a surface or an area, what will be or divide into positions. Anything will be calculated by using the values from deriving the geometry. Now, let us take Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is a great civilization because the people in those civilizations are very good mathematicians because they have designed a very good underground drainage system. It is a very important fact that in those days itself, they have designed an underground drainage system. It has very accurate measures of underground system, that is, below the roads, below the highways, they used to dig and they used to measure very accurately the drainage systems in order not to disturbance during the rainfalls or floods. That is the very important role of Indus Valley civilization. Suppose, let us take one example. If I got a land of 2 acres besides the river Godavari, then if the floods have come and my land has been discarded into the floods and it is taken away by the floods, then how can I measure my land again with other land? How can I differentiate mine by others? That is, there the point of geometry came into view. That is, by using geometry, we can find out again and we can relocate our maps or boundaries. This is known as Euclid's geometry. With the help of Euclid's geometry, we can find out our boundary surfaces or areas or volumes, etc. Now, let us take Euclid, the great scientist who has defined or who has given or who has collected all the data that belongs to a geometry. Previously, in prehistory, we have many civilizations, but we doesn't have any proof for geometry. But Euclid had collected a lot of work related to geometry. It is up to 13 chapters, or it is mainly recorded of 13 chapters, and each chapter is considered as an element. All these works are known as elements of the geometry. Now, he is a great teacher of Alexandria. He worked at Alexandria in Egypt. He is a great teacher of geometry. And also he collected the known work. Known work means the previous work what have done by our great leaders and great scientists and great kings who had done many works that were collected by him. And so those are known as elements. And these are 13 chapters. And Euclid's definition what he had given a definition is that abstract model is known as Euclid's geometry. Abstract model means it has a physical quantity. It is a physical quantity, it can be measured, it can be touched, it has a shape, and it can be viewed in our direct contact type. That is a solid. The solid is an element which has a shape, which has a size, which has a position, which can be moved from one place to another, which can be touched, is known as a physical quantity, that is solid. Solid mainly Thales, the great scientist, one more scientist, he has given the proof first. The first proof given by Thales is a circle is a bisected circle. That means a circle can be exactly divided into two parts. That is, the center of division of those two parts is known as diameter. This is known as diameter and it is equals to 2 times of the radius of the circle. This is the very important proof given by Thales. Now let us see one more example, that is Thales, the great mathematician, has discovered, and his below ones are Pythagoras, the one more scientist who has done between 572 BCE. He had done a work of Pythagoras theorem, the most familiar theorem what we learn in our higher classes. Next, now let us take solid properties. Solid consists of many properties such as the solid has boundaries. The edge points means when we dividing from one to another, means from if I separate my land from another person, from another X person, that is known as boundary. The boundary line or the edge line. See for example, let us take the India boundaries. India boundaries consist of China, Pakistan and so on. So like that, the India is differentiated from the others. In the same manner, solid has boundaries and all these boundaries are separated from one surface to other surface, and all these surfaces are also having the edge points or the curved points that are known as curves or straight lines, and all these straight lines will come to an end that is known as point. This is the very most important terms we use in solids, that is solids, boundaries, surfaces, curved or straight lines or points. Separate one part of surface to another. That separation of one surface to another surface is known as boundary. And the point, the curves have no thickness. They are zero thickness. And while coming to lines which will be ended are known as points. In the same manner, we have missed one more term of solids, that is dimensions. A solid consists of 3 dimensions. Those are a surface has 2 dimensions, and a line has 1 dimension, and a point has no dimensions. These are the 3 dimensions which will be impacted a lot on solids. Now let us see some more elements which are defined in his first chapter, that is of Euclid's geometry. Let us discuss with some defined statements, that is, a point is that which has no part. That means a point, it doesn't have any part rather than point. And a line is breadthless length. That means a line doesn't have any breadth. A line doesn't have any breadth because it is infinite, right? That's why we will define as a line is a breadthless length. It doesn't have any breadth, see, because it is length, right? And the breadth is denoted as in vertical phase. But the line doesn't have any vertical position. So therefore there is no breadth for a line. In the similar way, the ends of a line are points. The ends of a line, these 2 ends are known as 2 points of a line. In the similar way, a straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. A straight line is a line which lies evenly at the points on itself. That means it has some points and the line lies on those points. A surface is that which has length and breadth only. A surface has both length and breadth. In the same way, the edges of a surface are lines. The edges of a surface are lines. The edge points are known as lines. A surface has length and breadth, and a surface has boundaries, and the edge lines or the boundaries are known as lines or straight lines or curves. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with straight lines on itself. A plane surface means it has a surface, it has lies evenly on itself. Then it is known as a plane surface. In the same way, let us see some more points like that. You have, while studying all these statements, you have come across some more points, that is a point, a line, a plane. All these terms in elements of useless geometry consist of undefined terms. It are not defined in a way, but because these are not proved, and these are all known as universal truths. For example, sun rises on the east. That means it is a universal truth, right? And no one should define it, or no one should prove it, or no one should. No, that is a natural. It is a natural resource. It's a natural thing. And the same way, these all terms previously it has not been defined. And those things which are absolutely universal truths are divided into two parts by Euclid. That is axioms and postulates.